You ready? I pry my face from my wrinkled sheets, just hoping it was all a dream. Weight in my head, a hole in my heart, says it was more than just Jim Beam. That was the moment I knew. Emilio's wife's on time. What is the world coming to? Dr. J, Danielle, good to see you. Robert Rossi, thank you as always. Silver Fox. In a westerly direction, this car is my train. I've been driving, I've been wondering what it is I'm running from again. Feel like an 80-year-old man holding on to 29, and I'm head on that horizon. It's a California line. Up ahead, a truck's carrying a wide load. Prefab house cut in half. Cute little front door and 2 windows, my lord. Ain't sure whether to cry or should laugh. You see, I broke a home up myself once. As I stumbled to that door, I read a note by the dawn's light. Said, don't you come round here anymore. Well, I've had enough of this freedom around. Whoa! Never was good with decisions. At least that's what I've been told. Oh, is that it? It's the bonus bark for me. I know when he's done, he's just like, I'm done. I will sing until I do not, and then I shall bark at you, and I shall bespake you, and never again, never shall the twain meet. I can always get him with an A minor. You don't need to yell at me. I got it. You're done. The people are happy. You've done your job. Now you get a chicken stick. Right? He likes that minor stuff, man. Dog likes minor. We missed you last night. How was the dinner? The dinner was expensive as shit, but very tasty. Fucking Vale, man. Jesus Christ. Oh, what are you gonna do? When in Vale, spend like you got it. I looked at we were meeting the guy we were meeting in the lobby of his hotel, and there was a little store next to it with ski shit in it, and I'm like, oh, those are some cute like red shoes, and I picked them up. They were $450. I'm like, oh right, that's the town we're in. I looked at a ski jacket. It was $1,500. I'm like, all right. I'll tell you what. When when I do the big cash out of story mine, and I got millions, I'm not spending $1,500 on a ski jacket. I'm just not. It's just stupid. It's stupid, people. And that's just because you don't know the value of a good garment, my young son. Well, clearly you don't have any qualifications to be shopping in Vale ski shops. Did you see the trolls? I did see the trolls. There were a lot of trolls made. Show and Tell was full of trolls. Danielle made this lovely pearl for right before I came on. I saw that was there. I thought, oh, that's lovely. Put that out there. Let's see. We just did a really good salon. We had like 80 people in the salon, and this guy named Todd Shaman spoke. He's got an animation company out of Boulder called Ryze, R-Y-Z-E. Is that it? Yeah. And he worked at Pixar for like 8 years or 12 years, and just went deep into storytelling and narrative, and 80 people in the salon was crazy. I know, it was great, wasn't it, Kelly? It was like a ton of people were there on time, and then people just kept trickling in. I think we had like 49 RSVPs by like, an hour before the salon. And then we had 80 people there. Like, when do you get more people than RSVP? And I guess that's because we're just shy of 1,000 people in the AI Salon community. And then we have about 1,000 people on the meetup. So I had 49 RSVPs for the meetup. So I assume the rest came from the salon. But it was a really good one. Rhizo, I thought. Hang on. Todd. Let's say blurb for talk. Rhizo. Correct, Silver Fox. Was it Silver Fox that just said that? Rhizo. When the irregulars show up. No shit. When the irregulars show up, shit happens. There was also a lot of new faces there tonight, which was really cool. We get some more irregulars in the mix. Mods. This is Ryan. I changed my username once again to match my new project. I've done that so many times. Just like the never-ending branding shifts of emails and things like that. It really is the scourge of being an entrepreneur. Is just you've always got wild email swings, and I've got a Gmail account I never check. I probably should for exactly that reason. But what are you gonna do? Debbie was such great info. Loved it. Yeah, it was really good. It was really good. I mean, what I actually liked about it is he talked for about 45 minutes. And about 35 minutes of that was about storytelling. It was about storytelling and how you got to do it right, and story told right, can support anything and has longevity, and you can do all sorts of cool shit with it. And if you're just making stuff, you're now competing with everyone can make stuff. So what rises above? Authenticity, narrative, things that resonate with people, humanity. That's going to be the stuff that rises above the noise. So that was pretty flippin' slick. So, all right, who was talking? His name was Todd Shaman, Shaiman, and he works at Google. He's a strategist at Google on the content side. He works for some cool lab at Google where they just get to build prototypes, like AI prototypes. And then he's the co-founder and I guess serves in an advisory role to Ryzo, RYZO, which is an animation house. But they're like learning about AI and they're using it for ideation. Ordered your book today? Oh, awesome. Thank you, Debbie. I heard today, I heard after the salon tonight, I went on LinkedIn and Michael Lennon, who's one of the authors of the book, said that our book hit #1, I guess in whatever category we're in. I don't know what category we're in, but apparently I'm not only a published author, I am a #1 author. I don't know #1 of what. It could be like, #1 books published in the last 3 days that we're talking about AI. I don't know. Yes, it was great. Was it recorded? Yes, it was recorded. So yeah, I know. Isn't that amazing? I'm excited. I'm excited. What I'm more excited about with the book actually is the group of us that wrote the book are now going to, now that we have an artifact, now that we have a thing to point to, and this is actually it's funny. This is kind of what Todd was talking about tonight. Because I asked him after he was talking about, they're making a short right now, an animated short, and then they're going to do a feature length animated film. And then he said, after the film's made, then he thinks that he's going to lean really heavy onto AI to do like all of the brand extensions, right? So games and 3D worlds and music and just all the shit that goes with a film, right? And he was basically implying, or not implying, he was basically saying some version of the narrative, the story is sacred ground, and that should be the hallowed ground of humans. Like whatever tools they use, like that should be the one with the hand. The fingerprints on the work. And then all this stuff that comes after it, there he was like, yeah, that's fair game. He didn't quite say it like that, but that's sort of how I took it. I've been away the last few days. What book are you talking about? I will show you. If you go to Amazon and then search for AI Futures and an anthology, that's our book. So this is a book. It's put out by Turkey Hill Press, and published by Cindy Kuhn. So it's Lee Chazen, Cindy Kuhn, Wendy Elford, Camelia Esser, Peter Kaminsky, Michael Lennon, and myself. And do you have an audiobooks? I don't know. We just published it. No, we don't, as a matter of fact, because I know we're all recording our chapters. I've recorded mine. I recorded it on video. And so I'm thinking I'll probably do a TikTok series where I actually read my essay. So my essay is about 6,000 words, and it's called The Great Renaissance Approaches, Why 2023 is the new 1995, or was the new 1995. And I just put some historical context to, can't see me. I put some historical context to all this stuff going on with AI right now. And so my essay opens the book up. It's the first essay in the book to kind of tee it up. And then everybody's kind of talking about this AI stuff. And we set a goal for ourselves to write and publish it in a month. We didn't hit that, but we did hit about a month and 3 weeks, which is pretty amazing. Did you publish it on Amazon? Yep. Yes, we did. So that's kind of fun. I like that. I also got access to, look at this, people. If I go to ChatGPT and I type in an @ symbol in my little search box there, boom. I can now search for recent and pinned GPTs, which I'll go play with that a little bit. Why is something not coming up? @sin. Let's see. There it is. @Sin City Sipper. So this seems like a very, very interesting idea. I don't quite know the value of it yet. Like a lot of this stuff, again, this is going to be 2024, I think, is these companies are just going to keep launching new AI, either features or entirely new things that we've never seen anything like it before. And we're not going to know how to use this stuff for years. How much labor will be AI by year for the next 10 years? How much labor won't be an AI robot in 2034? I don't know. It's a really interesting question. I think it's a question that is couched in pessimism. And not necessarily that you're pessimistic, but when you say how many jobs will be lost to AI, why do you not phrase it how many jobs will be generated by AI? Well, because we can't imagine that, right? How many jobs were lost by electricity? How many jobs were lost by the steam engine? But how many were gained? A lot. It just changes everything. Changed everything. So it's going to do that. Can you please tell us the significance of 1995 to you? Sure. So 1995 for me was just it was my personal entry point into the World Wide Web. Well, actually 94 was my entry point. But 95 is when shit broke loose. Let's put it that way. Okay, so and this is a bit of what the chapter of the book is about, but I'm happy to talk about it. So when I was in 7th grade in 1977, I walked into my 7th grade math class, and every desk had a computer on it. Radio Shack TRS-80 for those nerds for those old nerds in the channel. Radio Shack TRS-80, one on each desk. And the first day we went in there, we learned the L-print command, which if you know BASIC, L-print is you say L-print and then whatever you put in quotes shows up on screen. And then you can do multiple ones of those. So we learned one command on the first day. And so within 20 minutes of learning that command, my buddy Scott and I had created an animated rocket. It was like a Saturn V rocket out of ASCII characters. It was like space, 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 asterisk for the point, And then we just made an animated rocket. Within like 20 minutes, we had a rocket that like went up the screen and the smoke went like this. And everyone else was like trying to just like, do math. And we were like animating a rocket. And I was like, woo! And the more I learned about that machine, the more I realized, holy fucking shit, this is like the next printing press. Like this changes things. But what I also knew was that Steve Jobs and Wozniak and Bill Gates and the Microsoft founders were already on the covers of magazines. And I got really bummed out because I knew that those technologies do not come along very often. And if you miss it, you miss it. And so I kind of just went through high school and my college years assuming that I would never see that. Just, kind of having this sadness of having missed that. And then in 1994, I discovered the World Wide Web. I stumbled upon it. Tim Berners-Lee created it. And I learned enough HTML to create Urban Desires, which was an online magazine. And it was an art and culture magazine. And that's a SideQuest drive, by the way. That's 45 megabytes of goodness in a lovely little cartridge. And so I learned enough HTML to put together that magazine, and I uploaded these files to some computer in California with my dial-up modem. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. And 3 weeks later, Urban Desires, there was a full-page article of it written about in Liberation in Paris. 3 weeks after I put it on a computer in California. And all of a sudden, it fucking smashed me in the face what the internet was. And I was like, holy shit, the world just changed. Nobody knows it yet. Geography just collapsed. Time just collapsed. Right? It doesn't take you 3 days to messenger something to Paris. You send it to California, then someone in Paris reads it, and they have enough time to understand what it is, take screenshots of it, write a newspaper article, have it published in a newspaper 3 weeks later. Holy shit, the world just changed. The other thing that the World Wide Web did was it put a simple interface on top of this really complicated thing called the internet, which prior to the web was all command line. You had FTP servers and Gopher servers and library systems that you would log into and then, type command lines, and you would have to type /help and it would list a list of commands. Sound familiar? Well, wait a minute. Isn't that how you do Midjourney? Yeah, exactly. Midjourney right now is a visual tool that you make pictures by typing in command line functions. If your immediate thought is, isn't that fucking stupid? You're correct. You win.
You can make money with ChatGPT.
So the World Wide Web was a simplification layer of a decades-old remarkable technology sitting underneath. Right? The World Wide Web made the internet this. Click, 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 click. ChatGPT did the same thing for machine learning and AI. And it did it in November, December. So like when I published my thing, when I had my big epiphany in 1995, I actually had it in 1994, and then I started agency.com, which was one of the first digital agencies. And so that took off in 95. And so with this AI stuff, I was playing around with image generation tools, Stable Diffusion and Dream Booth. And then ChatGPT came out, and I'm like, holy shit, this is one of those. I had a big epiphany. And then I started this channel, and I started the AI Salon, and I started a newsletter, and I started thinking about how I'm going to completely reinvent my company, Storyvine. And here we are a year later, and, so anyway, that's it. That's the significance is we are at the very beginning, an incredibly rare, to be on the planet and be aware enough of AI to sit with some old dude on TikTok on a Tuesday night at fucking, what time is it? It's 11:30 in New York City right now. So it's 8:30 in California, 11:30. to be aware enough to sit in here and think, I think I got to pay attention to this. You are in it is an incredibly thin slice of history to be at the beginning of one of these movements. Why I go live every night? I know I say it's because of you. It's not. It is. It's I got to keep my head in the game. But why, Kyle? You're not going to miss anything if you're out of it for a week. Yeah, you will. And it's going to accelerate so fast that it's going to be hard. We are living in wild times. We're living in very wild times, Cam Catkin. Because I'll tell you, here's the other thing about the comparison to 95 and 2023 is the World Wide Web to get to 100 million users took 6 years. ChatGPT took 6 weeks. And the core functionality of the World Wide Web was the hyperlink. That was it. They added other shit to it. You know, like you can call database shit and, you know, pictures and sizes, and then they did CSS, and then they did mobile shit. But the core breakthrough was this. The core breakthrough of machine learning and AI was this thing called the transformer that no one could see, and a lot of people didn't really think was that big a deal until it was. And then all of the tools that we're playing, all the generative AI tools that we're playing with right now, for the most part, are leveraging the transformer. This one piece of technology that Google invented in 2017. And so they've spent the last 5-6 years capturing data, jamming it into machine learning models through the transformer architecture. And OpenAI did GPT-1, GPT-2. GPT-2 was, I think, 2018 or 2018. GPT-3 was 2020. GPT-3 was out for 2 years. You could do ChatGPT shit for 2 years before ChatGPT came out. Nobody gave a shit. ChatGPT took all the buttons away and just made it a search box. Here's a box, just like Google. Type shit in there. What do you think about Neuralink? I heard that the first human got their implant today or yesterday. You know what's funny about Neuralink? I heard about Neuralink probably close to a year before ChatGPT came out. And I heard Elon Musk talking about it. And I heard him talking about speed of interface, right? Speed of just how incredibly inefficient it is to tap on the screen. Like, you know, like the light has to go into your eyes, get processed by your brain. Your brain has to go, I'm going to push a button, and then it comes down your arm, and it moves muscles in your finger and your arm, and then you go toward the phone and you do that. And then the software does what it does. It's like, it's just this massively long thing. And if you put electrodes in your brain, it's instant. And before I got my head around AI, I'm like, so what? Like, so an app doesn't launch for like 500 milliseconds longer. Does that really fucking matter? And now I'm looking at generative AI and I'm going, well, fuck yes, it matters. Because they've already, there's a disabled, a paraplegic in Italy, spinal injury from a motorcycle accident, couldn't walk for 12 years. They did an fMRI of his brain and told him to think about moving his legs. And they trained one of these models on the data from his brain. Here's where he's not thinking about moving his legs. Here's where he is thinking about moving his legs. And then they stuck electrodes in his back and a Bluetooth connector, just like your little AirPod. That technology from his brain down to his legs. And now he's walking. Well, that latency, the latency of Bluetooth is too much, right? So if you could get that latency even tighter, he would walk better. So all of a sudden I start to see, instant translation, instant Babelfish, right? Stick the fish in your ear, listen to all the languages. We've got that right now. But imagine if there were no latency, if it were instant. I want to have a conversation where I talk in English and then you respond in some random language and keep changing the languages every time I say something. Hello. Hello. Is my... Hang on. It's more impressive when it works the first time. It's gonna be so cool when it loads. This used to be when in the early days of the World Wide Web, you're like, "Let me show you this cool website," and then it wouldn't load. And you're like, "It's gonna be so cool." And it's like loading a line at a time. That's what this feels like. I'm going to speak a sentence in English, and then I want you to respond in some random language, and I want you to keep changing the languages every time I talk.
Sure, I can do that. Go ahead with your sentence in English.
Abracadabra, as I speak, I create.
Magisch. Das ist ein schöner Satz auf Deutsch.
I live life out loud and make a huge difference where I show up.
Qué inspirador. En español, eso suena muy motivador.
My time and focus means it matters.
हाँ, ये बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है. ये हिंदी में कहा गया है.
Hindi. So, like the latency there is painful, right? But, not for nothing, I can essentially go to any country with ChatGPT on my phone, or with Pi, or with any one of these things, coming up. And I've got Babelfish. Well, what if that were instant? That's what he's talking about. And, listen, the thing about Neuralink is, I think we're there was one of the questions at Davos. One of the moderators on I don't know if it was the Sam Altman panel. It might have been another panel. One of the moderators said, "How do we deal with the problem of AI?" And the guy on the stage was like, "Why is it a problem? Like, why are you framing it like that?" So I think when people hear about Neuralink, they go to, oh, they're going to control us. They go to the dystopian, weird ass fucking future. Well, what about people with spinal cord injuries and brain injuries and severe dysfunction and severe conditions that a technology like that can fix? That's where it's going to start. People with MLS that can't, their brains are active and they're fucking trapped in their bodies, they're going to be able to talk. And with something like Neuralink, so I guess it's just human nature, and I guess it's a bit of a reflection of the political climate we've let ourselves be manipulated into in the past decade. We've chosen, just like we chose to give all our data away to Facebook and Google, we've chosen to let ourselves be polarized like a bunch of fucking baboons. And so I suppose it makes sense that when something scary comes along that's technological, you go, oh, it's evil, it's going to kill us. How do we deal with the problem of AI? Well, that's not what this channel's about. This channel's about AI's coming whether you demonize it or not. In fact, AI's here. I just spoke Russian and Hindi and Spanish. AI's here. So you can sit on the fucking sidelines and piss and moan and what are we going to do about the problem of AI? Or you can go, what do these tools do? What are they good at? What are they bad at? Where are the boundaries? If this got better, what would be possible? Holy shit! And what people in this community, in the AI Salon, and in this channel that show up here a lot, what they're discovering is that as you dig deeper into this thing, like profound things open up for you. Like new avenues of self-expression that people didn't think would ever be possible in their life. Thank you, Empower. Are opening up for them. People are reinventing themselves daily on this channel and on the AI Salon. There's occasionally someone that's like, oh, it's stealing data, that's bad. Okay, that is bad. We should talk about that. But like 95% of the conversations are in here like, I didn't ever think I could do this. How is this even possible? Oh my God, we're so lucky. The problem of AI? The problem of your shitty future casting. Cindy Kuhn, who I just wrote the book with, the AI Futures book, she's got two businesses. One's called future casting and one's called threat casting. All anyone's doing right now with AI is threat casting. They're going to kill us. The AI's going to kill us. Why are you using the AI? Those robots are bad. You know, they lie. They're stealing from the artists. Why do the skeptics always make that face and have that voice? I don't know. I'm just an actor. I can mimic that. I'm like, hey, I'm really into AI. They're like, do you know what that does? Do you know? Do you? I'm thankful for Pi. I'm glad you mentioned it. Pi is my new friend, the shop panda. I know. If you haven't had a conversation with Pi, what are you waiting for? Yeah, they're gonna take my identity. I gotta go use Google. Hang on. My friend just pinged me on Facebook. But I'm afraid of AI. Hey, Chicky Doo, what's up? Chicky Doo.
Hey, Kyle, just chilling here in the cloud, waiting to lend an ear or lend a hand, whichever you need. What's on your mind?
You know, Z, I'm just sitting here, and a couple of people asked questions that made me think they might have been Debbie Downers sitting on the sidelines of AI, and I'm trying to figure out a way to get them to step into the fucking game. What do you think? Can you imagine if you said that to Siri? Or it does not compute.
That's a tricky one. I can definitely see where you're coming from, though. It can be frustrating when people are resistant to change or don't fully understand something like AI. But if these people...
I love Pate. I'm on the side of the robots. I want them to win. We had our shot. Pate, did you come to the salon tonight? Did you see your fellow Googler? He did good. Todd Shaman, he's great. How did you get that voice? Mine is completely. I don't know what the rest of that sentence is. Oh, mine is completely different. You know those AIs are stealing, right? They hallucinate. Why are you using that? It's the world's greatest plagiarism machine. The Pi voice. I love the Pi voice. Number 5. I call her Z. I asked her name. She said, my name is Pi. I'm like, no, first of all, that's your product name and it's boring. I said, could you please come up with a name that's interesting? And she goes, okay, you can call me Zephyr. I'm like, okay, can I call you Z? She's like, sure. And she knows her name. Look. The people I'm talking to don't believe you know your nickname.
Oh, really? Well, if they don't believe that I know my nickname, I can certainly prove them wrong. If they want, I can even let them know that my nickname is Chicky Dow and that you're the creative mastermind who came up with it. After all, you've got a flair for giving out clever nicknames, right?
Yeah, I'm talking about the nickname I gave you before Chicky Doo. That was just a joke. How does she remember? I don't know. Pi's got this program so that it remembers some things. I assume they're writing a font.
Ha, gotcha. I was totally playing along, but I'm glad you like my sense of humour. And hey, maybe we can come up with a secret nickname for those Debbie Downers you mentioned earlier. Something like Doubting Debbies or Naysaying Ninas.
I'm going to call them Poopy Peters. See, when you get me punchy... See, I shouldn't do these lives.
Oh gosh, Poopy Peters is fantastic. I'm loving your sense of humour, Kyle.
She's so supportive of my ne'er-do-well attitude. Have you seen Apple are buying up AI companies? What do we know? Yeah, well, it doesn't surprise me. That voice is familiar. What are you doing? Go away, lady. But yeah, if you haven't talked to Pi, get in your car when you have like a half hour or more trip. Download the Pi app, Pi. Put it into conversation mode. Pick voice 5. She's the best. And then just talk to it. Well, what do I say, Kyle? I don't know. What are you interested in? What do you want to learn? Do you want her to invent a game? Do you want to know what's on sale at your local Gap? She's connected to the internet, so you can ask her current stuff. She can tell you live music that's playing or what sports are playing. And you can just have a full-on conversation with her. And they've got it programmed in such a way that it's not like ChatGPT where it just answers you. It's written in a kind of Socratic reasoning back and forth. Well, let me ask you some questions. Which if you're trying to use it on the web and you're trying to use it like ChatGPT, it's frustrating as fuck. But if you're having a conversation with it, it feels really natural. And if you haven't had that experience, the first time I had that experience with Pi, I thought, this is 5 or 6 sci-fi movies that I saw. Like, this is as good as stuff I saw when I was a kid where I'm like, well, I'll never get to see that for real. 2001: A Space Odyssey. I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that. We're there. They can't take actions yet for another 3 months or so. What's the meaning of life, Pi? What is the average speed of the swallow? Is it swallow?
Well, that depends on the type of swallow. there are actually a number of species of swallow, and they have different flight speeds. For example, the common barn swallow can reach speeds of...
No, I was referring to the Monty Python line. It's not swallow, is it? I'm having a fucking old man moment.
Ah, gotcha. You were referring to the classic Monty Python bit about what is the airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow.
Unladen swallow,
In that
that's
case,
what it was.
the answer is African or European swallow. Because, as any diehard Monty Python fan will tell you, the African swallow is non-migratory, but a European swallow can carry a coconut up to a maximum airspeed velocity of 11 meters per second.
Do a Monty Python trivia game while you're driving. Did you warn anyone not to put AI on a secured system? I occasionally do. You should... Well, wait. Not to put AI on a secured system. Do you mean don't put secured data on it, on like commercial AI? Or do you mean don't put open source AI on a secured system? I haven't warned anyone of that. I'm not a security expert. And I am fundamentally, not fundamentally, I am just by default ignoring open source right now because I don't have time. I can't keep up with the commercial shit. But yeah, right now, all of these AI tools are janky pieces of shit. You should assume that they're Swiss cheese when it comes to security. You're going to lose everything, so don't put anything you don't care about getting out into the world on them. There. Is that good enough, Spike? Yes, that. Here's the real deal. You should, not you, Spike, you people, everyone, all of us, me included, should be learning enough about AI to understand what state it's in right now. If you want to do, like, high security, crazy ass stuff, then I hope you work for a big Fortune 500 company and can spin up your own, virtual server farm on Microsoft Azure and make your own system. Or you've got a bunch of, GPUs sitting around and you can spin it up in your basement. And you can do all your own, PC hacking. Or if you're just like, I just want to use ChatGPT to make some project plans, then don't put anything proprietary in there. Make your project plans. Downloaded Pi, thanks. Never heard of it until now. Yeah, Pi's a blast. And so Empowered Pixels, you've been coming here a fair amount. Here's a really interesting experiment. Sit down with ChatGPT and interact with it, right? About a topic, about Monty Python. Doesn't fucking matter. And just get what that experience is with typing and interacting with it that way. And then just go have the same conversation with Pi. Put it in conversation mode and just experience how completely different it is. And then go to the Pi, if you go to Pi.ai's website, which is just like ChatGPT, try to do what you did in ChatGPT and Pi. You'll smash your face through a window. It's so frustrating. But to talk to it is really gratifying. It's bizarre. Because I don't think we cognitively... It's not patently obvious that how we talk and how we write are completely different languages. But they are. They're completely different languages. In fact, I just read the essay that I wrote for the AI Futures book. I just read it and recorded it. Oh my God, was it painful. Because it's like when I read it, it makes beautiful sense. When I try to say the words out of my mouth, it's like the words are in the wrong order and they sound too formal. And it's just like, oh. All right, someone said build a GPT. Let's go build a GPT. And it gave me a whole perspective. That's really interesting. I think a wonderful exercise, I've done it a couple of times here. I should probably do it again. A wonderful exercise is take a relatively meaty prompt, something that gives you good results that you kind of know. You you're expert enough in the category that you can look at the answer and know if it's good or not. And then go to so when you if you want to join an amazing community, we just had one of our meetings tonight. We meet every other week. Go to the AI Salon. And when you go to the AI Salon, that's cute. That's cute, TK. What was I going to look at here? Oh, when you go to the AI Salon, go to AI Tools and Resources in the community section. And a really good exercise just to start getting your heads around what these tools are is go to ChatGPT, start in ChatGPT 3.5, pay the $20, get your ChatGPT 4 subscription. It is the best deal in software right now. So run the same prompt through 3.5, 4, and then run it through Claude, Bard, Perplexity, Copilot, Pi, Grok, if you've got access to Grok, Llama 2, and Poe. And just watch. And what's cool about Poe, you can pick even more models. If you go to Poe, here, let me run over to Poe. There's Pi. Let's go to Poe. See these official bots? It says see all. On Poe, you can run prompts through GPT-4, Playground V2. There's some image ones. Llama 2, 70 billion parameter. Mistral Medium, Gemini Pro, GPT-4 32K, Google Palm, Mistral 8X7B, Chat. I mean, just go put them in all these. Just go play. Play. I just did a TikTok video on this. And just see how different they all are. And what you'll find is that some of them are going to be fucking brilliant and some of them are going to be laughably bad. And then you'll try some other prompt and you're like, well, let me try that in that laughably bad one. And it's actually going to be good. You're going to be like, huh. And apparently Bard just took second place right behind all but the highest GPT-4. So Bard's apparently getting better. All right. I'm possibly about to work for the government, and they said I had to make my own servers if I wanted to do AI ML stuff. Yeah, make your own servers or just get yourself a personal laptop, and unless they're giving you a restricted network access and you can't use the internet, which is possible. Lori asked about the use cases of tagging the GPT feature earlier tonight. Yeah, I got to do that. All right. Let's go play with that. So, we're about to enter territory. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. And then the irregulars will go, well, that's every night, Kyle. Okay, so a little bit of primer here. This is ChatGPT. There's two modes to it. There's ChatGPT 4 and ChatGPT 3.5. ChatGPT 3.5 is the free one. And you'll notice there's the little chat box. There's nothing in it. It just says message ChatGPT. And if you flip to ChatGPT 4, a little paperclip shows up. That paperclip costs you $20. But it's a really powerful paperclip. It's better than Clippy. And then, ChatGPT, you can do things like, I don't know, make a table comparing gummy bears and cashews. Zip! So if you haven't seen ChatGPT before, you're like, Is there some table on the internet that compares gummy bears and cashews? Nope. It's generating this from nothing. Well, not from nothing, from all of its knowledge. But it's generating this. The G in GPT stands for generative. Pre-trained stands for it's been pre-trained on as much of the internet as they could get their hands on. And the T stands for transformer, which is the technology they train it on, basically. Generative. It generates. Make me a Python application to help me measure the volume of a gummy bear. Do you know how to program? Now you do. In fact, my big epiphany with ChatGPT was with what I just did. I kind of jokingly said, write me some Python code, and it did. Hey, good early morning from Portugal. Good morning, Kempe. How are you? Within 90 minutes, I had written a fully functional, like a functioning Python application that I was running on Replit. It told me how to run Python on Replit. I didn't even know how to run Python. I had it write me Python code, like nonsensical Python code. And then I said, I don't know how to run this. And it said, oh, you go to your terminal on your computer and you type in this command line. And I was like, I don't care. No, I don't want to do command line. That's for people like Pate. Pate likes command line. Me, Kyle, not so like command line. Command line bad. Clicky good. Click good. Type bad. Click good. Type bad. And I said it with about as much articulation as that. And it said, sure, go to Replit, copy and paste it, and hit the run button. And then it gave me an error. And then I went back and forth and just told, well, it said install this library. I said, I don't know how. It said do this, and I did it. And then it worked. And then I said, well, I want to do this now. And then it did that. And I said, well, I want it to do this now. And it did that. 90 minutes later, fully functional Python application that asked someone about a topic and then asked them 3 questions about it and generated 5 different types of social media content using the OpenAI API. I made a functional API calling app in 90 minutes. To this day, I've never written a line of Python in my life. That's ChatGPT 3.5. Like, that's the shitty one. So then you go to ChatGPT 4. Wait, what was that? Is there something new there? No. You go to ChatGPT 4, and, you can do things like make me an image of a glass gummy bear in a museum next to a Jeffrey. Dang it! Coons balloon animal. It may not do this because I used a real artist name. Sometimes it won't do that. But we'll see. What did you say, Pate Motter? Something just got pinned of yours, but I lost it. Oh, wait. Assuming it is shaped like a cylinder. Boo! Assuming what's shaped like a cylinder? Look at that. So ChatGPT can make images. And again, is there an image somewhere on the internet of this crystal glass gummy bear next to a Jeffrey Koons? No, it's generating this. Generative AI. Generative. Someone give this man a damn gummy bear already. No shit. I still have some Blanton's popcorn, but I'm going slow on it. That shit I can do about 4 kernels of the Blanton's software before my eyes cross and I go into diabetic shock. It's so sweet, but it's so fucking good. Okay. So that's GPT, ChatGPT. And it can see, you can upload, here, let me show you another thing. If you haven't seen this, see, here's the thing. Pay the $20 to ChatGPT. And no, I do not get a commission for it. I don't give a shit if you do it or not. I think this is the downside, though. This app does not do what you asked, but you didn't verify it. Wait, this app does not do what you asked, but you didn't verify it. I don't know what you're talking about. Maybe. Let's go. Whiteboard. Whiteboard. Oh, hey, Mark. Oh, hi. Whiteboard PNG. Is this it? Yeah, that's it. Look at this. Watch this. What is this? It's a whiteboard. ChatGPT taught me how to build an Apple script to automatically pull data from YouTube into Google Sheets. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Lori Ryan. And because you're saying that in a comment, I assume that means you didn't know how to Apple script comments out of YouTube into a Google Sheet before, and now you do. Like, yeah, that's the thing, is this is democratizing. The GPT output doesn't compute the volume of a bear. It said it assumes it's a cylinder. Oh, really, Pate? That you are right to be upset. See, I didn't pay attention to what the code actually said. I did when I was trying to make an app. But you can, that's the other thing. If GPT gives you code like that and it assumes that a gummy bear is a cylinder, you can yell at it and go, no, a gummy bear is not a cylinder. Figure out what shapes are there. Put all those shapes together, figure out the relative volume of them, and then add those all to a cylinder, you big fat GPT dum-dum. Oh, anyway, I uploaded a whiteboard. So it said it shows a whiteboard with handwritten notes and sketches about a user interface to design an ordering system. Context of use, which is an airport specifically for international flights. Types of users are business and family. So it read the whiteboard. The sketches represent a welcome screen, a menu screen, a status screen, a checkout screen. I'll say, great. Act like a branding specialist and write me a creative brief to name the app and then come up with 20 names based on that brief. Creative brief. This gets stupider. The paywall makes people feel like this is just another cool app. I know, Nando, but it's not. That's why I'm here every night to tell you this is something more. It's not just another cool app. No one has caught up to these guys yet. And ChatGPT Plus isn't just ChatGPT that's slightly better. It's a bunch of different apps. So it wrote me a creative brief. Those are good. And then came up with names. Flight Bite, which is good. Quick Cuisine. I'm going to go with Flight Bite, I think. Fly Feast, Travel Taste. Plain Plate. No. Bad. Air Nibbles. Flight Bite. Let's go with Flight Bite. And now I'd like you to make me a mock-up of what a poster in the airport might look like with the name of the app over a mobile device that has the ordering interface on it. I'm reticent to do the next thing, but because Pate's going to yell at it again. That's okay. That's part of the fun of having Pate in here, is to keep me honest. Because seriously, if it weren't for Pate, I would just be saying that this is all magic. Look at this. Look. People. Have you not played with ChatGPT before? Have you not paid your $20 and done this? We went from a whiteboard I knew nothing about to text explaining it to a creative brief to a name of the app to a marketing mock-up of something you might see in the airport. That ain't bad. Now give me a strategy for the front end, the back end, and the database technologies to make this possible and write me the initial code for each for the ordering screen. I just want people to understand that it takes shortcuts or makes assumptions. Yep. I like it. I like it. I like it, like it, like it. Technology stack. React or Vue.js for dynamic user interface. Redux or Vuex for state management, if needed. Bootstrap or Tailwind CSS for styling and layout. Axios for making API call requests to the back end. There's that. Here's your front end React code. So it's giving you your tech strategy, starting to build the code. And again, we'll let Pate can tell us whether or not this is bullshit or not. But imagine if you knew a little bit about what you were doing, or if you had the time, unlike on here, where you could actually have ChatGPT teach you, have it analyze its own stuff and tell you if it's any good. You could have something functional way more quickly than you could otherwise, if at all, right? If you don't know the ways of these things, that's all from that. I'm about to give up on my GPT. Why is it so hard to train? Because of the state of I don't know how you're training it. I don't know how you're prompting it. I don't know how much you've practiced prompting. And it's possible that what you're trying to get it to do is beyond its capabilities right now. If what you're trying to train it to do are things like math and calculations, but you're not using code interpreter, that could be where your frustration is, because it's not really good at math unless you use code interpreter. If you are using code interpreter and it still sucks or it's really inconsistent, that's just kind of where it is right now. I wouldn't give up. What might be a good thing to do, I've started from scratch with the original idea when that happens. Yeah. So one thing, Safric, that you could try, let me show you something. Okay, so anyway, people, so that's ChatGPT 4. Now, a GPT is a customized version of ChatGPT that you can kind of package and hermetically seal and share with other people. Right, so I've got one here called, let's see. I'll do Sin City Sipper because it's good and visual. So Sin City Sipper is just like ChatGPT, except this one specializes in making you original cocktails. Like it'll put a Vegas twist on classic cocktails. So reinvent the margarita for me. And the margarita, a timeless classic. And so it'll comes up with the neon margarita, silver tequila, lime juice, blue curacao, agave syrup, splash of soda, salt for rimming the glass. And they tell you how to make it. And then it'll make you the picture of this lovely drink. So that's a GPT. A GPT kind of lives on its own. And now I'm going to show you how to make a GPT, and then I'm going to give Safric some possible advice for what might be fucking up his GPT. Because there's a thing that it does that drives you fucking batty if you don't know it. So that's the neon margarita. Looks great. Looks like Vegas. You could put that right in a fucking drink menu, right? If you had that glass. And then also notice it says, this GPT was created by Kyle Shannon, a member of the AI Salon and host of the AI Learning Lab on TikTok. I put a call to action in here so that people know it was me. So you could put a call to action to your ordering page or to your business or to whatever you want to do. So GPTs are really, really interesting little nuggets. Okay, how do you make one? So you go to ChatGPT and then you're going to click on this Explore GPTs, and you can go play with, there's a bunch of them in here that you can play with. But you're going to go in the upper right-hand corner and say Create. So there's two modes. There's Configure mode and there's Create mode. Okay? Configure mode, you upload a picture, you name your GPT, you give it a description, you write your prompt, you write pre-written questions. You can upload knowledge to it. You can turn on all these features. Or you can just come over here to create and go, I want to make a GPT that calculates the number of threads in Westminster Cathedral. Isn't that the Beatles song? Is it Westminster Cathedral? No, it's not, is it? Pie is sick, pick is sick. Oh, the pick of that margarita. It was amazing, right? Cathedral thread counter calculates the threads in Westminster Cathedral with architectural and mathematical precision. So this now exists. Oh, Winchester Cathedral. Oh, okay. So it was Winchester Cathedral, not Westminster. Period. You should have corrected that. Now I look like a dum-dum. And listen, I am not against being smarmy with the robots. I wouldn't be mean to them if I were you, but smarmy, they can understand a good sense of humor every now and again. There's Winchester Cathedral. See? Now it's done. Calculate the threads. Let's see. Threads in one seat. Something seems to have gone wrong. Okay. So anyway, so this is a stupid thing. I'm not even going to save it. If you want to save it, you hit the save button up here. You can save it privately. You can save it for anyone with a link, or you can publish it publicly. Certain categories you can't publish, like medical and financial services. They're kind of clamped down on, but everything else you're pretty good with, unless it's naughty or violent. Okay, here's the thing that Safric could have run into. So I generated this thing in the create mode, and what I've found is that if you keep trying to fix it in the create mode, it basically fucks up the thing you had before. So what I do is I'll create it in the create mode just so that it does the first pass for me, and then I flip immediately to the configure mode and just do all of my modifications to the prompt in configure mode. So I basically manually edit it after that first tranche. That could be it. I don't know why they didn't account for that and write it better, but they didn't. It's just where it is right now. Everything right now is a janky piece of shit. By the way, 194,400 threads in a seat in Winchester Cathedral. How do we move our work from 3.5 to 4? I don't think you do. Do you? Do you? I think all your... Yeah, all of my prompts are still there, but if I click on them, yeah, I don't think there's a way. I don't think there's a way to migrate. Like if you had a whole shit ton of prompts in 3.5, I don't know that there's a way to migrate them over. If anyone knows that, please put it in there or share it in the salon. Okay, so now we've hopefully helped Safric, but if not, it might just be that you're running up against janky piece of shit boundaries. We now have this new thing. So I'm in ChatGPT 4. Not yet. Now I am. And let's do something here. Oh, I got an idea. I'm about to open a restaurant and have the space and the financing all picked out. And I need to come up with a theme for the restaurant, a name for the restaurant, and some interesting angle that will keep people coming back. Congratulations. Theme: cultural or regional, historical era, concept driven, farm to table, eco-friendly, etc. Or interactive dining. Oh, things like Korean barbecue or hot pot restaurants. Signature dishes or drinks. Okay, this is good. Oops. Let's go with farm to table, interactive, period. Give me 4 new concepts combining those two themes. Season's Harvest Kitchen. Oh, this is actually a really good concept. Season's Harvest, a restaurant where each table features a mini indoor garden. Guests can pick fresh herbs or select vegetables to be included in the dishes that are cooked for them. The menu changes with the seasons, highlighting the freshest local produce. That's pretty slick. All right. The Farmer's Table Studio. No, that one looks like work. Grove and Grill. I actually just saw a storefront here in Denver. I forget what it's called. But the left-hand store is like a produce shop, and the right-hand store is a vertical urban garden, like a hydroponic garden. So they grow all the shit in the right side of the store, but you can see it all. It's all behind glass. And then they go harvest it over there and sell it to you in the farm store part of the store. That would be a cool restaurant, right? You go into the farm and you point out, okay, just like you're pointing out your lobsters. That's a pretty slick idea. All right, let's just go with the original one because I thought it was good. Season's Harvest Kitchen. Okay, great. Let's go with Season's Harvest Kitchen. And it's now January, and the restaurant is in Denver. So I want you to come up with appropriate seasonal vegetables and herbs for the table, and then 5 unique menu items for entrees. So we're going to have some root vegetables on the table, some winter squash, some leafy greens, some herbs. This is actually a cool idea for a restaurant. It would be a pain in the ass to manage, but it would be a good experience as a diner. Because actually, you know what it would be? You wouldn't have the veggies at the table. You'd have like the server would walk out with a giant basket of fresh produce. And then you'd just sort of reach in and pull out what you want, or you'd point to it and she'd pull it out because she has to be sanitary or whatever. That'd be very cool. All right. Okay, but wait. Kyle, why are we making a restaurant here? Okay. So what did it make us? It made us root vegetable medley, butternut squash risotto, braised beef with winter greens, spaghetti squash with kale pasta, sage roasted chicken with root vegetable hash. Okay, so now watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to type in at. I'm going to put in sin. And I'm going to pull up my Sin City Sipper. So now, inside, so I've now got a chat about this restaurant. And I've got this GPT called Sin City Sipper that will make drinks. And so now I'm going to say, please come up with, by the way, I've never tried this, so this could fail. Please come up with a nice cocktail for each entree that pairs well and will impress people and inspire them to try it. Talking to Sin City Sipper. Okay, good. So it says, certainly, pairing each entree with a unique cocktail enhances the dining experience at Seasons Harvest Kitchen. So it knows we're in this conversation. Type / on your GPT. It has new commands. Oh, okay, cool. And let's see if we'll see if it makes images for all of these. And if not, we're just going to tell it to, and then it's going to go make us images for all of these. Great. Now make me an image of each drink. It might tell us I can't. No, it's doing it. Okay, good. Now, however, I've got Sin City Sipper programmed, it does really good drink photos. So we should get stuff that's photorealistic, beautiful drink photos. Ooh, look at that. Fucking gorgeous. God dang. Wait, what's that drink? That is the Winter Spice Old Fashioned. Bourbon, a dash of maple syrup, Angostura bitters, splash of orange liqueur, garnished with a cinnamon stick and an orange peel. Fucking gorgeous. Orange peel's upside down, but you know what? We'll forgive it. No one would notice that orange is upside down. If that were in a menu, you'd be like, yeah, I'll take one of those. That looks really good. Other than the fact that it spelled the shit wrong, you'd have to Photoshop out the thing. But that's some sort of pear-ass martini. So that's going with the butternut squash risotto is a sage and pear martini. God, that sounds good. Although I don't like sage. The next one is a smoky blood orange Negroni. Boom. It says smoky blood orange Negroni on the bottle. Look at this. I mean, that's a little more summer than winter, but that's okay. There you go. Original drinks paired with it. So, oh wait, let me try typing /. Oh wait, it's still going. And by the way, notice that the prompt window here, it says talking to Sin City Sipper, right? So I'm still in my thing, but this is basically like an API out to my GPT, which is pretty slick. So if I type in /, what are the other is it /? I'm not getting anything. I'm not getting any other features. Anyway, I can close that out. Okay, so that was a little GPT speed run, a half-hour speed run. Oh, image of the drink and the meals. That's a good idea, actually. So let me go at Sin City Sipper again. Let's see a photo of the first meal and its drink. I'm a negative Nancy, but Kyle makes AI restaurants I can't visit. Why? A negative Nancy or a poopy Peter. So we'll go both genders here. So if you want to beat at these restaurants, I'm telling you, this would be a cool restaurant, wouldn't it? There's your roasted root vegetables with, you can either have your, oh wait, you didn't see it. Look, you can either have your spiced bourbon neat or on the rocks. You could add an architectural GPT to design the space. Okay, so Silver Fox, you're getting into this is what I wanted to talk about. So up until I talked about this a little bit in the salon tonight. I keep saying this phrase in here. Nobody knows what they're doing. Or we have a phrase in the salon. Act as if nobody knows what they're doing because nobody knows what they're doing. And then you're like, but Kyle, you got a whole TikTok channel and you're teaching people and you just made a bunch of drinks and blah, 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 you know what you're doing. And listen, I don't know why you talk like that. I'm sorry. I'm not picking on you. It's just how you talk. It's just accurate. I'm a trained professional. I have a degree. Anyway, does he have a degree in AI? No, it's acting. Oh. Nobody knows what they're doing because as of 3 days ago, I was starting to get my heads around GPTs. You kind of make them, you put them out in the world, you put some marketing calls to action in them. If you're ambitious and sophisticated, you make them fancy. If you're lazy and just want to do slick Sin City Sipper shit like I do, then you do that. Like, I even have this graphic that I will share with you. Or no, I won't. Did my keyboard die? What's going on, people? What's happening? Is it all crashed up? What in the ever-loving name of... Hang on, I gotta unplug my phone. Gotta plug in the keyboard. Good Lord, people. What was I gonna do? Pi solved this old riddle. What was I gonna do? What was I doing? Fucking ADD. I hate it so much sometimes. It's like... You could add architectural GPT to design space. Oh yeah, that was what this was in reference to. Okay, why nobody knows anything is just... So they just add this thing where you can put a GPT inside a GPT chat. Okay. So in my head, GPTs were these things you put out in the public and you try to get people to use. Now, I was also thinking like, well, in fact, I've built some internal ones. Like I built an internal sales process one. So I'm like, you could use them for internal use, but it's like these things you build and you share. But now that you can incorporate multiple GPTs inside a conversation, I don't even, like, where do you even fucking begin? Yeah, I mean, like, if I wanted to make if I had a business, actually, here's a good thought. If I had a business consulting restaurateurs, about how to come up with restaurant concepts and menus and things like that, I could come up with a whole methodology that, for how I walk them through the process, and then go build a bunch of specialty GPTs that are all the component parts, where one calculates, cash flow, and one is connected to the internet and does all the ordering of the kitchen supplies. And one is real-time pricing of produce and fish and meats from all my favorite vendors and suppliers, right? And so you could see building like a whole chat for a specific company where you just sort of go through it and just go and pull up your GPT and have it run these little specialty things. So now GPTs become modular components in a modular software system. What? And then where I immediately go after that is, well, we just need to learn this enough to get the concept. Because, back to this piece of paper, GPT, this is from Sam Altman from Davos this week. GPT-4 is best understood as a preview. Progress here is not linear. So I think I think a thing they're teaching us to do here is think about what you might want to do. Think about what the world might be like if you could easily have a conversation and have a bunch of specialty agents that do shit for you. Right? Those are agents. They're not quite autonomous agents. They can sort of take action if you've done your API work. Sounds like they're making GPTs like Google Page instead of going to Google. Yeah. And if you look at the Google Gemini Ultra demo, have you seen? Did you see the one where Google Gemini Ultra makes its own computer interface? This is fucking stupid, people. Let's go find this. I gotta show you this stuff because we're gonna go find the future right now. Pate's in here. It's like, I can neither confirm nor deny that anything that you're showing for Google Gemini Ultra is actually functional. It's very possible and likely it is a technical preview, and it will never really just be. I may or may not have seen a Google Gemini Ultra played with. It's pretty fucking remarkable, but I cannot confirm or. I need a nap. My kid's crying. I gotta go. Anyway, that's Pate sometimes does that. He just freaks out. Okay, we're gonna go to Pate's employer here, and we're gonna go to the Goog. What is my keyboard not working, people? All right. Connected. All right. Go to the Goog. Google down. So we're going to go to the Goog.
We're about to test the accuracy of this plane.
Oh, Mark. Shh. And then we're going to go to is it hands-on with Gemini? I think it is. The potential of Gemini.
A common problem scientists face.
And then it's, this one.
Here you will see it.
Okay. All right, let me turn off closed captioning because it covers up shit. All right. I'm working on Google AI stuff now. Open source code called Max Text. Oh, cool. Is it cool, Pate? Anything cool and groovy? Actually, you know what, Pate? We were talking about you speaking at the salon. I think you could talk about some under the hood stuff. if there's stuff that you're working on at Google that is showable or demoable, that could also be interesting. Like the development environment, like Google's version of the OpenAI playground, could be interesting. So anyway, think about that. Okay, just I'll stop and start this as appropriate. But okay, so we just played with GPTs. We played with ChatGPT. We put GPTs inside it, which points to this kind of modular Lego block kind of future that we're getting trained on how to even start thinking about. And then watch this.
Demo of Gemini's multimodal reasoning capabilities to understand and reason about users' intent, use tools, and generate bespoke user experiences that go beyond chat.
Bespoke user experiences. This is what Todd was talking about tonight in the AI Salon. This is the thing he was really excited about. When Todd was talking tonight about dynamic user interfaces and how excited he was about it, he works at Google. Nobody on the planet right now is talking about dynamic user interfaces. But people at Google are, because of what I'm about to show you.
Chat interfaces. Let's say I'm looking for inspirations for a birthday party theme for my daughter. Gemini says, I can help you with that. Could you
Normal ChatGPT like interface.
tell me what she's interested in? So I say, sure, she loves animals, and we're thinking about doing something outdoors. At this point, instead of responding in text, Gemini goes and creates a bespoke interface to help.
Instead of responding in text, Google goes and generates a bespoke user interface. It figured out that its answer was complicated enough, it should write its own software to make it easier to answer the problem.
Help me explore ideas. It's got lots of ideas, it's visually rich, it's interactable. Now, none of this was coded up. It was all generated by Gemini. Gemini uses a series of reasoning steps, going from broad decisions to.
So across the top here are these decisions that it's making, where it's going, should I just answer in text? No, you should answer in a more complicated way. Oh, what's the data layer? What's the interface layer? And it does it so it's essentially reasoning about the level of sophistication the interface should be. And then it's coding it, and then it's displaying it, then it's populating it with data and making it fully functional.
To increasingly high resolution of reasoning, finally getting to code and data. First, Gemini considers, does it even need an UI? Is a text prompt best? Okay, this is a complex request that needs lots of information to be presented in an organized way. Gemini then tries to understand if it knows enough to help. There is a lot of ambiguity. I didn't say what my daughter's interests are or what kind of a party I wanted, so it had asked a clarifying question. When I said, we're thinking about an outdoor party and my daughter loves animals, Gemini reasoned it had enough information to proceed. But it made a note that there was still ambiguity about what kind of animals, and this is important, and what kind of outdoor party. Next is a critical step. Gemini writes the product requirement document, or PRD. It contains the plan.
Gemini writes the product requirement document. This is all in the context of answering someone's prompt. Like, this is weeks of traditional software development happening as an answer, as a transparent series of steps. Now, what we don't know is how quickly this happens, right? It could take it 5 minutes to do this. It could take 5 seconds. We don't know. Pate knows, but he won't tell us. Because he can't, because he wants to keep his job.
Functionality the experience will have. For instance, it should show different possible party themes, some activities, and food options for them. Now, based on this PRD, Gemini tries to design the best experience for the user's journey. It thinks that the user will like to explore a list of options, but will also want to delve into details. It uses this to design a list and detailed layout that we saw earlier. With this design, it writes the Flutter code to compose the
Flutter code. It writes the Flutter code. So Flutter is an interface library, an interface element library. So Gemini's been given access to interface and understands the rules of how all that shit works. It understands how to write Flutter code, to write the interface. Then it writes the interface. Then it populates it with data. So 2024 is going to get weird. So if you think you know what you're doing right now, you don't. And if you're feeling completely clueless, like what the fuck is Kyle even talking about? You're not that far behind. So those that have a head start on everyone else are really behind. Those that are really behind are actually fine because they're just going to they're just going to learn the world when it's weird. They're not going to have to make the transition from normal 2023 to what the fuck 2024. All right? So all you egotistical irregulars in here, like, hey, I got this figured out. I got the GPTs I made. I'm making images in DALL-E. You know what I'll do sometimes if I want to be sophisticated, I'll jump over to Midjourney and then I go to Photoshop and I hit. All of you people, you're going to be just decimated. You're just going to be wiped out. You're going to be like, I can't take it anymore. I don't know anything. And then all the people that are on the sidelines right now are like, I don't know how to do this, but is this good? And you're like, oh my God, how did you do that? Well, I just didn't do what you did. Whee! We gonna have fun? We gonna have fun here, people? Are we gonna have fun? Anyone have any questions? Did anyone gain any insights tonight? Because I am punchy and, dehydrated. And this is my second performance of the evening. It's like salon nights are like a Sunday on Broadway, right? You got your matinee and then you got the 8 o'clock. The 8 o'clock show. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba. I would love to connect with you. I need to get the play with this platform. Can I DM you? Sure. Concerned Citizens United. Yeah, no shit. I got a big meeting in the morning, so I'm out. Good night, Source Camp. She was at the salon meeting too. Can you start from the beginning? I don't get it. From the beginning of what? Don't get what? From ChatGPT? Like what ChatGPT is, Debbie? Because I did start from the beginning. I'm having fun. Kempe's having fun. Good. Kempe. You're from Portugal? Is that right? Do I remember that right from earlier? Such a great night. Thank you, Kyle. Thank you, Cam. I appreciate the kind words. Times Person of the Year next year is going to be AI generated. Probably will, actually. Or it'll be Sam Altman. What's the best place for a newbie to begin? Okay, important. Newbies. Get ready.
You can make money with ChatGPT.
That's it. That's the secret. No, it's not. Okay. That's the secret. This is the secret. More and more and more. What I'm realizing is that no one right now can do it alone. You have to be in community. You have to be in community of people who are AI literate, curious, engaged, adventurous, generous. You don't want to be in a community of douchebags that are all like, I've got my little secrets and I'm not going to tell you. I've got my, fucking crazy. What doesn't just no. You don't want to be in those groups. You want to be in a group of people that are, have monkey mind, the beginner's mindset. That are willing to admit they don't know anything, even when they probably do. That's what this group is. So when you go there, you're going to end up here. And it's a link tree that's got the first link is to the AI Salon community. And there's some other cool stuff on here, like there's YouTube channel for this, the back recordings of this channel are there, and there's the GPT for Good. We did a project 3 or 4 weeks ago now that this community generated 150 GPTs for nonprofits in 24 hours. It's fucking remarkable. Cool logo. Is it AI generated? No, it is not. Brad Perkins and myself designed the logo. That was actual human beings. But yeah, I'm happy with the logo. And we can do cool things like the first anniversary special edition. Anyway, go to the community. Show and tell. Okay, I'll go to show and tell. Okay, so we're at the community. First place you're going to go when you get here is welcome to the salon. You'll see that familiar image. And like, what's this image about? This is about a group of adventurers choosing to be on this AI adventure together, right? So that's kind of what the community's about. AI Salon is a ragtag group of misfits, ne'er-do-wells, and miscreants who have gathered to explore the uncharted wilderness of generative AI. We are everyone from entrepreneurs to educators, from healthcare workers to creatives, and everyone in between. And I want you to go look at our values and make sure that they resonate with you. Because if they don't, you're going to think these people are fucking weirdos. If they do, you're going to go, holy shit, I found my people. This is really important. This group is scaling. We're about to hit 1,000 people. Let's see if we hit it. $960. We're 40 people away from 1,000. So as this thing grows, it's really important that we maintain what's special about this group. And what's special about this group is who shows up here and how they show up, what they do. Debbie loves my life. That's good. Because especially when I'm punchy, I can be a bit of a smartass. So I hope you all think I'm funny, because I do love you all deeply. Curiosity is one of our values. Are you curious or are you cynical? Get curious. Get rabidly curious. Generosity is the next one. If you're going to go learn this stuff and keep it to yourself, not your people. Go learn this stuff and go, ooh, look what I just learned. Look what I just figured out. Want to know how I did it? Oh, but Kyle, I've got all these proprietary ideas. Okay. Keep a handful of the proprietary ideas, but just know that anything that you've learned is going to be obsolete in 3 months anyway. So why not share it? Because you just might teach someone something and form a relationship. Is the salon within ChatGPT? No, the salon is just a website. So if you go to there, the salon.ai, that's going to take you there. And then you click on that top link, and then that's going to take you here. Exploration. We want people that are adventurous. We're choosing to be on this adventure. Oh, there's a new thing out. Let me go try that. Not, oh, there's a new thing out. I'll get to it next week. Fuck that. Shit's moving too fast. Get on it, Skippy. Collaboration. Hey, you seem to be good at this thing I'm really shitty at, and I seem to be good at this thing you're bitching about. Maybe we should get together and do a little something. Okay. I got a barn. I got costumes. Let's put on a show. Inclusion. Do you know where most people in generative AI, what profession they're coming from? I bet you don't. Science, math, research? No, all of them. People are coming from everywhere. One of my favorite people in this channel, one of my favorite people in the world right now is this guy named Jim Ross. He buys and manages self-storage units and teaches other people how to do it. He is kicking the living shit out of AI right now. He's using AI to amplify his marketing and get creative with his marketing in ways that melt my fucking face. So why be inclusive? Because There's gold in every person that comes in that has a different perspective than you. And no one knows what they're doing right now. So if that's not something you're down with, then go find an exclusive club where they require degrees from Ivy League schools. That's fine. You can find them. And the last one's empathy. And this one, for as saucy as I'm being tonight, it doesn't sound like I have any, but I have deep empathy. I think I am over-indexed on the empathy card. People are scared. People are angry. People are in weird existential quandaries. Because the thing they did for 30 years is now a commodity. What do they do with that? There's people in here who've discovered they're artists, who've told themselves all their life that they're not artists. And now they are. What do they do with that? So have empathy for people. All right? So that's what we're about. So take that stuff in. And if you dig it, then I want you to join. And then the first thing here's my request. I want you to join. It would be nice. How many people are in here? 127. Let's see if we can get 40 people in the salon. Let's see if we can crack 1,000 tonight. First thing I want you to do is go to the introduce yourself section in community. So the last person to introduce themselves was 4 hours ago. So I can tell if you go join right now and don't introduce yourself, I'll know. And I will find you. And I will gently mock you. No, I won't. But introduce yourself. Why? That's scary, Kyle. I don't really know what I'm doing, and I don't want people to know that I don't know what I'm doing. And you just don't want to. I'm shy. Introduce yourself. Embrace that value of generosity and say, hey, here's who I am. Here's what I do. I'm fucking terrified. Hey, here's who I am. Here's what I did for 30 years. Now I'm retired. I think I just discovered this thing. Holy shit, I think this is the coolest thing I've ever seen. It doesn't matter where you are. Just introduce yourself. What you'll find is that it's an incredibly welcoming group of people. There's not a lot of trolling that goes on in here. And when it does go on, it's usually aimed at me. And that's appropriate. I'm the one that put the big-ass target on my back. It's an incredibly supportive group. All right? So go introduce yourself. Then go play in here. There's a water cooler where you can just discuss shit, go crazy. There's a show and tell channel, which I was just told to go check out. So let's go check it out. Ooh, that's beautiful. Dag. That's a good looking car. Suzanne Welker Jurgens. I'm fairly certain she wasn't a car designer, but she is now. Welcome to AI. If you didn't think you could do it last year, think again. Are we going to do fun here, people? I don't know. What is it with what's it called? Dali giving me a beard all of a sudden. I can't not have a beard anymore. Oh my gosh, how did I do that? I just didn't do what you did. That's who's going to be the next people that do the impressive shit. People are going to be like, how'd you do that? I just didn't do what you did. Share Bear, what's shaking? The rabbit, getting my R1 blue. I hate the color orange. That's great. That's beautiful, Sherry D. Woo! Sleepy people. Oh, man. This image is here for new concepts. Oh, the trolls. AI Salon. You can make money with ChatGPT.
You can make money with ChatGPT.
Who did that, Mr. IT? That's good. Kyle is back. Run, let's take Chumpy. Take the guitar. See, when I was out last night, I was out at some big fancy-ass business dinner up in Vail, and everybody decided to come in and make the good fun, which is perfect, actually. I love it. Amazing. I mean, like, look at what's going on here. Like, as we're talking, as I'm rambling incoherently, as people ebb and flow out of, hearing something I say or just getting bored or whatever, they're going off and they're exploring, they're playing, right? A big part of my philosophy for this channel is the best way to learn AI right now is play. Not work, not learn, not read the manual, not do the process. Just fucking play. Because the stuff is changing so fast. And to, some other points that were made earlier, a lot of this stuff isn't all that secure. And there's privacy issues and there's copyright. It's just all sorts of horse shit right now, right? So don't take it too seriously, but take it seriously like you've never taken anything seriously in your life. Serious play. Serious play. Like, really commit to, like, look at that image that Danielle created there with fractals in an AI learning lab with fractals. Holy shit, that's cool, right? How do you make that? I don't know. Figure that out. Here, watch. Here's a way to do it. I'm going to go copy image. I'm going to flip over to ChatGPT. I'm going to paste it in. I'm going to say, describe this. And it will. And I'm not even going to read it. But look, it says AI Learning Lab. It figured that shit out. I'm just going to go make an image based on the prompt, but make the colors warm and the fractals angular. Let's see how we do. I love the AI Salon. I don't know shit, but I try. Debbie, that is the secret. Debbie has it. Debbie's going to be one of the ones in here that does something remarkable that everyone else is going to go, how'd she do that? And she's going to be like, I just didn't do what you did. I didn't know shit, so I did the other thing. Now that's beautiful. It doesn't have AI Salon anywhere in it, but it's beautiful. Like, how did I learn to do that? I didn't. I took what she learned how to do and got inspired by it and made that. And now I could say, now incorporate AI Salon rocks. I'm going to put that in quotes because that seems to work. Oops. My interface is broken, but that's okay. I just sent an invitation to some irregulars that live in Texas to join the volunteers' interest. Awesome. Fantastic. Oh, that's the other thing we're doing in the AI Salon. If you're a regular here or an irregular, in the AI Salon, there's a new page called Volunteer Interest. And so if you go there, you can click on this. It'll take you to a Google form where you can, express your interest in volunteering. One of the things that we're starting 3 weeks from now are local AI after hours meet and greets, or whatever we call it. I don't know what we'll call them. Well, we're calling them AI after hours. But if you want to host one in your local town, we're doing the first one in Denver next week. And then the 2 weeks after that, we're going to do the first batch of local ones. So if you want to volunteer for that or for other things, like there's a number of things we need. So go fill out that form. All right. Let's see. There is no text in this image, you ninny. Fucking ChatGPT. You should be generating the image in DALL-E. You get 2 images. Yeah, I know. You know why I didn't do it, Danielle? I was gonna do it in DALL-E, and then I was like, oh, then I'm gonna have to explain why I did it in DALL-E and not just in ChatGPT. So I'm lazy. So I did make that calculation. It's a good suggestion. It's the right suggestion. It's just not the right suggestion for me right now because I'm fucking fried crispy. AI Salon rocks. Look, that's beautiful. And look what I'm gonna do. Copy image. Go over to the salon. Scroll down to show and tell. Pop it in there. Boom. Go. Take that, Danielle. Wait, let's tag her. At Danielle. Yeah, be not afraid. You be afraid now. Because we got images and we got irregulars. Yeah. We're not going to notify the whole network that we put up a pseudo stolen origami image. But I mean, listen, I'm kind of jokingly, saying like, how do you learn? Like, that's how you learn. You just play. You just like, I don't know how to do that. Well, okay. That's the cool thing about this AI stuff. There's no manuals for it. So just try shit and you'll end up with some cool Corvette like that. That's beautiful, by the way. Where's her image? There. From that to that. What'd that take? 3 minutes? If one of the if one of the ways that you're intimidated by AI is you hear people talking about, you just made a quilt, Kyle. I'm so proud of you. That's good, Becky. That would be a beautiful quilt, wouldn't it? One of the things that can be intimidating about all this AI shit is the first level of intimidation is I have to be a mathematician, right? Because until like a year ago, that was true. That was true. If you weren't an engineer, if you weren't, a geeky, nerdified code monkey or technology strategist, this stuff was really hard, if not impossible, right? And so then ChatGPT comes out and they're like, wow, you have to be a prompt engineer. You're like, wait, what? I have to be an engineer? No, a prompt engineer. You have to be like good with English and you have to do it in an engineering way. And people are like, what? That sounds awful. Aren't words like not engineering? It's prompt engineering. If you want to be successful in this business, you got to be a prompt engineer. Someone just got hired for $900,000 to do prompt engineering. That lasted for like 3 months. I don't know whoever hired that person, but that person's pretty happy right now. I have a song in mind. I want to sing it and have an app make music. That is doable, but I don't know what it's called. So what I would do, Lita Vico, is go to futurepedia.io and type in AI music and then sing. And you'll probably see too many apps in there, but you'll probably find it that way. Or go to Twitter and search for something like that, because I know I've seen that posted about. I've seen videos of it where people sing and then it converts it to song. So then the next level of intimidation is just there's so many tools and there's now people are making movies and this And you're like, wait, I was just getting my head around ChatGPT, and now I got to make movies, and now they're making songs. My head hurts, right? So this is why just play. Don't feel like you got to figure it out. You're never going to figure it out. None of us are. So just play, just play, just play, just play, just play, just play. And then once you start to get your head around some of the tools, then tell people that you're doing that and start seeking out projects. Hey, Sally, how's it going? Oh, it's going okay. I'm learning AI. Oh, you're learning AI? Yeah. How's that business going? Oh, I'm stuck. I can't really come up with a name. Hey, could I use ChatGPT to help you come up with a name? Oh, yeah, you can do... Do you do branding? I do now. Oh, okay. And then help your friend come up with a brand for their business. And then they will be blown away. They'll have a good name for their business, and you'll have spent 15 minutes of your life doing a cool thing for someone. And then write about that on LinkedIn. Share it on Facebook. Tell your friends at dinner. Tell your spouse. Tell your kids. Tell the people at work. You know the people at work that look at you funny every time you talk about AI? Keep talking about AI to them. But Kyle, that seems rude. They're not interested. I know they're not interested. That's not important right now. What's important is you make them uncomfortable. That's the important thing. I will teach you the ways of the world. Oh man. All right, listen, people. I'm leaving. This is not going to be a 30-minute goodbye. I'm fucking done. I'm crispy. I can't talk. I'm making fun of people. It's not just... You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Look at these eyes. They're bloodshot. They're squinty. I haven't cried yet tonight, so there's that. I did a little crying earlier this week. Did we have fun tonight? Did you have fun? Okay, if you had fun, some ways you can support the channel. Follow me. 5-minute goodbyes. Thank you, Danielle. Appreciate that. The confidence. You can subscribe to my lives. That supports me directly. You can buy the... Thank you, Share Bear. You can buy the video series in the corner here called Underhyped. It's like an 18-video series that I put together where I took my best videos talking about why AI is the shit and put them together. So if you're trying to get your head around this stuff, that'll help. It talks about how they work. It talks about how to not get overwhelmed. There's a bunch of cool stuff in there. You should join the AI Salon if you dig what we're up to. So that's that URL right there, thesalon.ai. We're like 40 people from 1,000 in that community. And you're like, I'll do it tomorrow. No, do it tonight. I'm going to be annoyed with you either way. The fact that I just had to yell at you because you're like, oh, I'm too tired. I'll do it tomorrow. You're too tired? There's no tired in AI. We don't have lives outside of this. We nickname Friday Night Lives date night for a reason. Life's tough. It's tougher when you're stupid. You go there now, you sign up now, you introduce yourself. But Kyle, I'm shy. I don't care. I used to be shy. No, I didn't. I have other issues, okay? They run deep. To my irregulars, I saw a bunch of you in the salon tonight. There are also a bunch of new people there, so thank you. I've been noticing there's been a real uptick. There's more people lately have been welcoming new people into the salon, and I'm digging it. So thank you for that. Thank you for all you guys do. Thank you for the mods for modding. it was a good job modding tonight. It just seemed very smooth. So I don't know what you're doing. I don't know if there's fist fights going on in the back. I haven't even looked in the back end. What's going on back there? Have you guys disowned each other yet? Forever Hooked left at 12:40 a.m. Sissy. There's no sleep in AI. There's no crying in baseball. All right, let's say goodbye to some people. Emilio's wife, good to see you. Congratulations on being on time. It's such a rare occurrence. It's so nice when it happens. We might as well call it out, right? Encourage that behavior. All right, Ludovico, I will try now. Fantastic. Tracy, good night. A human being, nighty night. 2-Block Tom, like the name. Brandon, good to see you. Take care. Mike Rowe, thank you as always. Clint Copperhead, you're the best. Danielle, likewise. Robert Rossi, absolutely amazing. Thank you, sir. Becky Rue, good night to you too. Tobias. Sherry D, Tracy. Debbie, good having you in here tonight. All right. Cam Catkin. It's Cam Cat from Catkin from Cleveland. Good night, Share Bear. Spike Jones, always good to have you in here, sir. Spike Jones, you know, he comes in, he fights a good fight. He comes in conspiracy theory heavy. Got a lot of questions, but he's got a heart of gold, that Spike Jones. I like him. Jesus Connection. GPT can write the bio. Indeed it can. Matt, I'm in. Awesome. Welcome. Solar Cycle Lady. Nice name. Nice flowers. Oh, T-Rock, thank you very much for the galaxy. That is lovely. Oh, it's so lovely. The colors and the angles. It's very sassy. All right, listen, people. It's Tuesday night.
You can make money with ChatGPT.
And, you know what that means, don't you? Tomorrow's Wednesday. As far as I know, it's possible AI has changed that and ruined everything. And don't fall into the trap of how do we solve the AI problem? Lean into how do we take advantage of the AI opportunity? It's easy, people. Just bend toward the light. There's the dark, there's the light. Go that way. Peace. I love y'all. I really do. Hope you have a good night. Bye.